Hey my freaks and geeks, it's Messin, and today I'm going to be talking about how my expectations of LARP on the LARP role in general has changed within a year. It has been a whole year since I've started LARPing. More than a year that I started LARPing, and it has been such a wild, crazy ride. I've been recording my journey for almost a year, and I feel like I've learned so much, and I have so much more to learn and see and explore and do, and I'm so excited to share this all with you. So I am going to be talking about today what I thought I was going to be getting myself into versus what I actually got myself into when I first went into the LARP world, because like I said, it's been a whole year and a lot has changed. So I'm going to be first talking about my kind of expectations when I went in. I was very much expecting a blockbuster. I thought that it was going to be high production value, lots of roleplay, little combat, because I was mainly watching videos like LARP Hells, Kaza, aka LARP Girl. I was watching those videos, and a lot of their videos focus more so around blockbusters, because of course those are the more interesting ones for people to watch. I can say that for sure, and I love watching their videos. They're so good, they're so well produced. And it's a lot more interesting than I feel like watching a home game or like my little channel, as I don't provide a lot of in-game footage, which I will be trying to work on next year. Though I was expecting big costumes, lots of makeup. I wasn't expecting what I got. So I go to a Boffer Combat LARP, so that is, we don't use latex weapons there because they hurt. But actually, it's more so for safety, especially because we allow younger children to join, usually like around 12 and up we allow to come play with us, so we don't really want a full-grown man whacking a small child with a latex sword too hard by accident, because that'll really leave a bruise. It'll leave much less of a bruise if it's just a pool noodle wrapped in duct tape. That is our kind of style. We focus more on combat than we do on roleplay. I have noticed there is some roleplays we don't have, at least from this year what I experienced. We didn't have a lot of roleplay encounters. We have very few. A lot of it was, oh no, something's attacking our town, or oh no, something's out there, or oh god, the environment has changed, you must go save us. That kind of deal. We would most likely be seeking out something. We would go hit stuff with our swords and with our magic and with our arrows. And then we would do some talking usually. It was more so hit first, talk later. But there was some roleplay. But I was expecting a lot more roleplay. I was also expecting, from watching all the blockbusters, I expected every LARP to have this insanely high production value, but of course not all LARPs can afford that or pull that off. I know my LARP they sink so much, at least Plot does. They sink so much money into putting in effects for our LARP, into putting, even though it's not a lot, it's still just enough that I can feel immersed in the environment. Like when they would put glow sticks. Glow sticks were a huge thing this season. I wasn't able to show you guys because I can't really record in the dark, but for a lot of the time they would hang up glow sticks, or like those glow stick lights, like, you know, the long stringy ones to add doorways or effects, and it helped. It really did. Like even small stuff like that. It wasn't like, say, like take Momo's Wizard School, for example, how they had a freaking dragon. It's not like that. We get people in tabards, usually different colors. We can call out, what do I see? And they'll tell us. We usually don't have, most NPCs don't go out in makeup, because most full-time NPCs are go, go, go. They're not stopping. They don't have time usually for us to like swap makeups and stuff. It'd be really annoying. Like, and I totally get why we don't have makeup and like a lot of it. But it's still nice to know that we have some production value. It's just not as much as I was personally expecting, because I was set up to see like these big prosthetics, these people who look so lifelike, but I found with my local game it's a lot more up to your mind than it is to your eye. You're left to imagine a lot more, which isn't a bad thing. It's really enjoyable because then you can kind of see it in your own mind and decide if it's scary, especially because this season, we had monsters that would shift into loved ones or people you cared about or things that scared you. And it was nice to be able to imagine that, because I feel like if they had prosthetics on to make them look like this thing, it'd be harder to imagine stuff like that. You're very much allowed to let your imagination run free at this type of LARP. I was also expecting amazing sights, which I think it was just because of a lot of the videos I watch involve castles. A lot of blockbusters take place at castles, or like Biko, that takes place in this medieval village. So when I got to my site and I was like, oh, this was not what I was expecting, because I was on a farm with a couple cabins and an empty out barn, which was our tavern. And I was not expecting that. I was expecting these big, immersive, in-character buildings, maybe a castle or two. Our tavern would be all decked out with cloth and like these cool chairs, a fireplace, yada yada yada. Like the whole medieval Skyrim dream. But you have to go into local games thinking about how they don't really ask for a lot. Usually they ask for just enough to pay for stuff, maybe a little extra, but a lot of the time games don't have the money to spend, which I totally understand now. But going in, I was expecting so much more. That's really the bottom line of it. I was expecting big production value, big everything. I wasn't expecting combat. That was the one thing I would say that snuck up on me that I'm kind of happy it did, because blockbusters revolve around roleplay. Usually there's little combat from what I've seen, I've heard, and so I was not expecting such a complicated combat system that my LARP offered. And I loved it. I love going into combat feeling like I can do different stuff, help different people, do different things. It's so much fun. I love it. It's so good to be able to hit something with the sword, and though it's very complicated to catch on at first because of all the math, especially running the numbers in your head, trying to take account of different effects, waiting to count how long something lasts, something doesn't. It's very complicated, but it was so much fun to be able to fight stuff, be able to hit stuff. It's a good way to let out kind of all that stress, being able to pretend you're hitting goblins or orcs or monsters. And it was something I count kind of as a blessing that I went into a combat LARP, because I know my heart more so lies within roleplay, but I'm really thankful. And also, I think the most surprising thing was all the friends I made. I made so many friends, and I'm so thankful I made all these friends with all these amazing nerdy people there. And I miss them so much, and I'm tearing up just thinking about it, because I live so far away that I can't travel out to pop in to say hi most of the time. And I just miss them so much. They became like a second family to me, all of them. And it's weird, especially because like some of them are like almost like 10, 20 years older than me, but I don't see that with them. Like, they're just my friends. Like, I don't see anything wrong with it. I just, like I said, I see them as friends, and it's something so amazing that this hobby can bring together so many people of different ages, different backgrounds, and mush them all together and make one big kind of dysfunctional family, all based around this one huge nerdy hobby. It's so amazing that you can bond over this one thing, and I think I made like 5-10 friends there now. That's the main reason I go back to this LARP. That's the reason why I travel out 3 hours every month to go out, and I spend 60 bucks, over 100 on gas, just so I can see them, just so I can hang out with them for a weekend. And that's really like the true magic of LARP is friendship. LARP is such a magical thing, and it brings so many friends together, and the real magic really lies within the friends you make. And I've been able to bring so many of my friends to enjoy this nerdy hobby that I absolutely love, and it gives us something else to talk about. And LARP is just friendship magic. LARP is friendship magic. LARP House is right, it's friendship magic. It really is friendship magic, and I'm so thankful it is, because it's opened up so many new avenues for me. And now I'm gonna get super mushy at the end of this video, because I just want to thank you guys all for watching me go through this journey. It's been a year, and I'm at 160 subscribers. That's absolutely batshit insane. But I am, and I made so many friends, and I'm going on so many new journeys now because of this. Things I probably wouldn't have if I didn't start this channel. Like, I am going to be going to Conterra, and I'm going to be going to College of Wizardry. And honestly, like, if I didn't decide to do this, I didn't decide to record, I probably wouldn't be going to Conterra. It was such a last minute, I want to record this thing, that I did it. And now I'm going, and I've made a ton of friends by going there, and I'll definitely be talking about that more. And I'll be also doing an update video in the near future, because I want to talk about where I want to take this channel, my new 2019 goals, yay, type of deal. But yeah, I'm happy to be finally talking to you guys again, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye-bye!